Hey everybody, so today I've got back into Alta from the island I had been staying in. So if you haven't seen the past videos, then you'll not know what I'm talking about, but basically I've been here in Alta and I went to an island in the middle of the ocean to photograph puffins and also some landscapes there. So I suggest you go and look back and see some of the other videos, but otherwise today I'm basically trying to get around and seeing if I can get some nice landscape shots around the area in Alta. And tomorrow I will be leaving to go back home, so I just really want to make the most of what I can here while I can. It's pretty much late afternoon now, or it's actually night time. It's almost coming to 10 o'clock at night, but the sun doesn't really go down here. It tends to drop down at around 12 and you're still getting a lot of light, and then the sun just basically comes up again. It doesn't really go below the horizon. So that actually makes for really good images in this kind of light. But yeah, the aim is to try and find as many great landscape shots as I can, or at least what we can find and fit in. So we'll just have to see how this video goes, and hopefully it does turn out to be a pretty good one. So stay tuned and I'll see you guys as the video goes on. Okay, so we had just come into this forest here because I saw the mountains here in the background, and you got the water reflection of that mountain as well at the same time. I was really hoping for a clear opening here, but there's just trees everywhere. So I really had to just think a little bit and find a way to get this composition. But I think I have found something, and you've got this quite a nice tree here actually. But it's just got a high enough gap underneath so I could actually get the mountain just below, and I think it really actually works. So I just got my tripod set up here, and I'm just basically getting the top of the one branch here just over the top of the mountain, and then you've got a reflection of another one just underneath going through, and you're still getting a reflection of the mountain into the water as well. So you're getting a really nice, almost symmetrical image here. So it looks pretty good, and the light's really nice at the moment because the sun's quite low, so you're getting a really good glow on the mountain in the background as well at the same time. And this reflection is pretty good. The water's almost completely still, but it works really well actually. And when I'm shooting this at a slower shutter speed, it takes away those ripples in the water as well, so it just adds a little bit more to getting that reflection a lot better. So I'm shooting this at 1/8 of a second and f/16. I might have to do multiple shots to get the focus right because I want to get the background in focus, but obviously because I have this tree here, I need to get the tree in focus as well. But otherwise, I think this is actually really cool. So yeah, let's just check this shot out, and hopefully it does turn out as good as I think it will. So I've come to a really quite a stunning location here that I see, and the sun is just starting to set behind the mountains. I'm quite far from those mountains, so they look really tiny at the moment. So I'm having to find some kind of foreground subject that just makes it work. And I got these rocks here. There's just this broken rock on the side here as well, and these just curve in with it and just follow into the water, and also it just makes the mountains in the background just fit as well because of the curves of these rocks. And also the sunlight is just glowing across here, which is just adding a really nice contrast and depth to the image. It just looks absolutely stunning, and the glow is really nice. It's just orange vibe as well. So what I'm trying to do is I'm focusing on this rock here on the side, so everything should be in focus. I'm shooting at f/18, which will be really good for this. It's also going to make a really nice sun star, but the only problem is the background is pretty light, so I'm having to shoot at 2 different exposures. So for the foreground I'm going for around 1/30th of a second, and then the background will be around 1/60th of a second. I'll still use f/16 because I need to keep that the same. but I will need to do these 2 exposures just to be able to get it correct. Otherwise it's going to be too bright in the background for me to bring that down, and it's still too dark in the foreground to bring that up. Otherwise it's just going to look really messy. But yeah, this is a really great spot and a really nice composition. I might actually wait a little bit longer for the sun just to peek behind those mountains, but even where it is right now, it looks really great. Yeah, let me just take this shot. Hopefully it does turn out to be a good one. We've just come out onto the top of this mountain here so we can find some waterfalls, and it's an absolutely awesome bit of waterfall here. It is so angry. There's so much water right now because the snow is melting at the moment, and there's just so much water coming through. So this is the first one that I'm going to try out. There's another one further down that I'm going to try, which runs off the edge of the cliff. But this looks really cool, so I'm going to go for a really nice long exposure here, and I think it could turn out to be a really great shot. So I'm hoping to go around maybe 1/10 of a second, maybe lower. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to try this out. It's really loud, so I can't really vlog down there, but hopefully this turns out to be quite a cool image. The sun has gone down. Well, it doesn't look like it because the sun doesn't really go down here. It is 1 o'clock in the morning right now, and the sun will be coming up pretty soon. So my hopes is that I can get the colors of the sunrise on that waterfall. We'll just have to see. I might end up getting it on the next one that I go to, but yeah, I think this will be pretty cool. So let's check this one out. So I've just come down to the second waterfall I was talking about. The only thing is we're having to stand on the side of the road, and it just drops down here. So it's a little hard to get a interesting composition, so we just have to find a good spot to make this work. But I'm thinking again, something like a 1/10 of a second should work really well with this, and maybe around f9. But yeah, I'm gonna have to try. I'm still hoping for the light from the sun to come in eventually, which will give it this nice pinkish orangey glow, but we'll just have to see how this goes. We might end up just taking the shot and move to a different spot. But otherwise, I mean, this looks really stunning, and it's quite an interesting bit of waterfall going through here. So we've come even higher up into the mountains, and now there's pretty much snow in quite a few places here. And we just found this lake here that's got this nice mountain in the background with the sun coming through, and the water is starting to appear, but there's still a lot of chunks of ice around. So I think I'm gonna get quite a nice low shot against the water and get the reflection of those mountains in the background, and get the reflection of the sky, which is looking really nice right now with those clouds, those deep dark clouds with a nice vibrant glow in them. So I think I'm gonna go for like an f16 shot, and yeah, try and get a lot of good detail out of this. I think it'll be a nice contrasty deep photo. So I think I'm gonna go down closer to the water and try and get the shot from there. But I think this could be pretty interesting, so yeah, let's see how this works out. Okay, so I think I've come out to the last location for today. Well, it's actually the next day already. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. But at the moment the sun is just coming up there, so it's hitting these mountains in the background. And I'm gonna go for a really intimate shot here, something a little bit nice and soft. So I'm gonna use my 300mm. I'm just gonna get the two mountains in the background there. There's a nice difference between one of them is really dark in the front and then you got one in the background with the snow. I just think it'll look really nice. It'll just have this really nice soft feel to it. So I'm probably gonna go for a nice f11 shot and get as much detail out of that as possible. But I really think this will work quite nicely, and especially for it being the last shot for this episode, I think it's a nice way to end it. Let's see what it looks like, and hopefully it does turn out to be quite a nice shot. That's this episode done, and also done for me being here in Alta. I will be going back home in a couple of hours. So yeah, it's been really great being here. Absolutely stunning place, and kind of sad to leave actually. I have so much more to take photos of and so much more to see. But yeah, really great place, and definitely something I would return to. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the videos I've made while I've been here. I've tried to get in as much as I possibly could. Not completely easy to vlog everything, especially when there's so much wildlife around and I'm just trying to take photos of that. But yeah, it's turned out to be really great here, and if any of you are interested in coming to do something like this, then make sure to contact my friend Magnus Askeland, and I'll leave a link below to his website so you can get in touch with him. And also, as a reminder, this episode is sponsored by Skyloom, and I'm using Luminar to edit my photos. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, but otherwise I'll see you all in the next one.